Do you want to live forever? The psychology of endlessness. Living forever sounds like a dream until you have to live with the consequences. Let's explore the mental, emotional, and spiritual toll of eternal life. Welcome back. I'm Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and this is the Immortal series. Today, we're closing this arc with a question that might seem like a fantasy on the surface, but becomes a riddle once you really sit with it. Do you actually want to live forever? It's easy to say yes when you imagine an eternal life of youth, power, pleasure, or peace. But behind the seduction of immortality is something far more complex: the psychology of permanence, a state the human mind may not be built to handle. In this final video, we'll explore what it truly means to remove the concept of death, and how that shift may affect your motivation, identity, emotional processing, and even your soul. Let's start with the obvious. Humans are wired for cycles: birth, growth, climax, decline, death. These aren't just biological facts, they're emotional maps. Everything in our psychology is formed around the idea of change and resolution. Our stories have endings. Our relationships begin and close. Our experiences form memories that get filed away. We let go. We move on. We die. And so does every season, emotion, and idea that shaped us. Remove that. Remove the finality, and you don't just gain time. You lose the mechanism of closure. You may never be forced to confront something, to resolve a conflict, to finish the chapter. You may just stay, forever, in loops, in old identities, in prolonged pain, numbed by novelty or routine. That's one of the first paradoxes of endless life. Meaning is made through limitation. When time is infinite, urgency vanishes. You don't need to act. You can always do it tomorrow. Eventually, every decision becomes optional, and optionality dilutes intention. Psychologists refer to this as temporal saturation, when time becomes so abundant that motivation starts to erode. Why commit? Why love deeply? Why create something now, if you could do it in 500 years instead? You see, mortality presses us into presence. It forces us to choose, because we must. That pressure gives weight to our emotions, our goals, our sacrifices. Remove it, and you might gain freedom, but lose depth. Now, let's go deeper. What happens to grief in a world without death? On the surface, this seems like a positive shift. No more loss, no more funerals, no more heartbreak over endings. But grief is not just sadness. It's a portal for transformation. It reshapes identity. It forces perspective. It refines values. If nothing ends, do we stop evolving emotionally? Do we become frozen in who we are? Because when no goodbye ever needs to be said, the lessons that come from closure, acceptance, forgiveness, perspective, may never arrive. We may live forever, but remain emotionally incomplete. Then there's the issue of personal growth. Much of what drives self-development is the awareness that time is short, that we're running out of days to become who we were meant to be. That urgency is a catalyst. But if life becomes infinite, will self-development continue or plateau? Do we still strive, or do we drift? Let's look at how this applies to relationships. In a mortal life, every relationship carries weight because it's happening within a window. You're not guaranteed forever. So when someone enters your world, it matters. You love, you learn, you sometimes part, but you cherish. Now imagine knowing that you could meet 1 million people, live 1,000 lifetimes, and still have infinite time left. Relationships might become disposable. Connection might become less intense. Empathy might fade. Why? Because connection is rooted in shared fragility. When no one breaks, do we still bond? This leads us to another issue: the trauma of continuity. What if you never get to forget? What if your memory never fades, your regrets never dissolve, your identity never softens? Immortality might offer eternal life, but it might also trap you in eternal memory. This is already showing up in tech. Digital memory storage, thought recall, emotional tracking. The more we preserve, the more we risk drowning in what we were, rather than flowing into who we are becoming. Human healing is often tied to forgetting just enough, the clean slate, the reinvention. But immortality may deny you that erasure. You could carry all your heartbreaks, forever. You might live for centuries, but still carry the same wound from age 37. So let's ask again. Do you want to live forever? The answer isn't binary. It depends on how you live forever. Will you be bound to one body, or free to shift forms? Will your memories remain intact, or will they recycle like dreams? Will you remain fully conscious through every year, or enter periods of dormancy, only to reawaken when it matters? And most importantly, will you be allowed to leave? Because the worst-case scenario isn't living forever. It's being trapped forever, in a system that doesn't permit exit. A world where your consciousness is owned, where deletion is illegal, where every update is mandatory, and where freedom is replaced by function. That's not immortality. That's a sentence. We must distinguish between immortality by choice and immortality by design. Immortality by choice is sacred. It's an extension of life by permission, led by meaning, aligned with your values. Immortality by design is imposed. It's a world where your soul becomes a product, your body a subscription, your timeline a revenue stream. In that future, the real rebellion won't be trying to live forever. It will be choosing when and how to leave. Let's now return to the original question. Do you want to live forever? If your answer is yes, why? Is it because you fear death? Want more time with loved ones? Hope to see the future? Or are you trying to outrun regret? Immortality won't solve emotional residue. It will amplify it. Whatever is unhealed now will echo through the centuries. So the best preparation for eternal life isn't technology. It's inner clarity. Because only those who found peace in the temporary will thrive in the eternal. Immortality, in its truest form, is not the absence of death. It's the expansion of life beyond fear. It's continuing your story because you choose to, not because you must. And that's the real lesson of this series. You are not racing toward the future. You are writing it. You are not waiting for eternal life. You are shaping its ethics, its culture, its cost. Immortality is not a miracle. It's a mirror, showing you what parts of your humanity you truly value. So before you accept the offer of forever, ask yourself, who are you becoming? Because life without death is only a gift, if you know how to live. Hi, I am Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and SOS, School of Soul has a brand new series, the AI and Future Technology series. Look, you know the world is changing, and no, it's not going back to normal. Normal is over, and what's coming next is beyond anything we were prepared for. The School of Soul, AI and Future Technology series includes 319 videos on 1. The Download Society, How Data Has Replaced Destiny. 2. Predictive Future. Your next moves aren't random, they're forecasted. 3. Social Credit Systems. The behavioral economy now governs access. 4. Hive Mind. Synthetic telepathy and collective algorithmic control. 5. Nanobots inside you. Medical, military, and programmable intrusions. 6. Grief Tech. AI-fueled digital resurrection and simulated comfort. 7. Uploading your mind, consciousness transfer, and data-based identity. 8. Deep fakes plus AI clones, the replication of reality and identity theft. 9. Quantum humans, the merger of biology with quantum systems. 10. Digital afterlife, where your data goes when you die. 11. Resurrection science, reviving life through synthetic methods. 12. Immortal science, the end of death as we know it. 13. Longevity science, gene editing, anti-aging, and bio-upgrades. 14. Designer babies, engineered perfection before birth. 15. Artificial wombs, birth decoupled from the female body. 16. 3D printing, printing organs, limbs, and even humans. 17. The humanoid era, the rise of synthetic beings among us. 18. Legacy humans, the slow phase-out of unmodified analog people. 19. Smart cities, algorithmic environments that watch and decide. 20. Cloud-based societies, citizenship without borders or bodies. 21. Hackable humans, emotion, memory, and behavior under code. 22. Biometric scanning, your body is your password and your prison. 23. Sex tech, intimacy reprogrammed by machines. 24. Extinction of gender, fluidity, deletion, and design of identity. Every topic is fully explored with real-world technologies, patents, case studies, ethical analysis, and future forecasts. These aren't someday discussions. This is already happening. Join the SOS School of Soul Vault to overstand the future before it's implemented on you.